This right here is one of my favorite books. Why the Rich Are Getting Richer. What is financial education really? And you know what? Everything that we've been seeing going on, this whole drama, initially we kind of saw it with Finesse Two Time, and then we saw it with Gorilla. We see it with Gorilla. And you know what? For whatever reason, that just brought me back to the fact that we lack so much financial literacy, and like we don't know how to manage our money. I started reading this book back in 2018. I've been reading this book every year since, literally. One of the things that I did learn about this, the celebrity drama BS, I really don't care about it, but the way I'm seeing some people respond to it really shows me how people don't fully understand money, how they probably lack managing their money, and if they were in her situation, they would pass out their money to a point that they're going broke trying to help everyone else. And if anything, when it comes to being a celebrity or getting to a certain tax bracket, is learning how to make our money work for us, putting our money literally in vehicles that will compound our money and where it's not just sitting. One of the things that I also learned from Why the Rich Are Getting Richer is that keeping your money in a bank account and just these standard savings account has just BS. One thing about the rich is that the rich do not save money. They don't let their money sit. Their money is in assets and things or vehicles that literally is compounding their wealth over time, amongst other things. Okay, the richest people in the world, their money ain't in a bank. Their money is literally tied into these trillion-dollar companies that they're building. We were talking about Mark, Elon, we're talking about Jeff Bezos, and all of these others. The way they handle their money and the way that we as just standard individuals and what we believe about money, unfortunately that started when we were young, because unfortunately our parents pretty much are the ones who came with this thinking, and they were never taught anything about the stock market, investment, and other assets and liabilities, things like credit. And think about this. When I started learning about the stock market in 10th grade, I started investing after I graduated high school for the first time in 2012. Watched a movie or you ask some adult about the stock market, they always told us that's for rich white men. That was for these rich, wealthy white people and white families. That could have been furthest from the truth. And that's something that I talk about a lot because I still hear that. And you would be surprised at how many people in this day and age, in 2026, know absolutely nothing about investing, know absolutely nothing about the stock market. Even when we have our phones that literally have mobile apps that allow us to invest in stock, own a piece of the company that we use every single day, because they're still worried about what's for rich, white, wealthy people. We are in a time where we really got to start taking our paper seriously, because politically and all of these other stuff that we see, when you come into money, when you just get rich out of nowhere, you have a high chance of being broke shortly after, the same way people who win the lottery. What happened? They be broke shortly after. They either try to take care of everybody, they done spent the money on everything, nothing but liabilities, they haven't invested in anything, they're winning millions of dollars and that shit is gone in no time. That happens with everyday people. They get their check, they handle their bills, and then they blow the money. Some people don't handle their bills and they just blow the money. They don't have proper money management, and that there alone could be the downfall of you or whoever else you call yourself trying to build for. I wanted to put this book out there, and I also wanted to just say, it's just the time we are in right now, the time we've been in since 2020, ain't nothing been the same since 2020. The market was down. That was the time to be investing. That was the time to really be stacking up on stock. And that's when I started investing my money every single week. So I talked to you guys about investing $25 every single week, which is about $1,300 a year. Okay. If you could double that, that's about $2,600 every single year. If you can invest $50 a week, start small. Okay, since 2020, I have been investing $100 a week into SPY, which is SPY, VOO, VTI, and QQQ. And then I've also been investing $100 into some individual stock. VOO is my favorite. Okay, on that, on average, you can see approximately $7 on an annual base per share. So that's in dividends. So that's another thing. When you invest in your money, try to focus on things that give you dividends, because you're getting paid to just simply hold shares in the company. And even if you have fractional share, you still get paid out dividends, because even though it's not a full share, it's a fractional share, you get a fraction of dividend instead of a full dividend payout. Okay, so it's all about understanding what that company's or that index's dividend yield is, so that you'll know that how to kind of calculate that towards what amount that you put in. I wanted to say that because things get real weird when it comes to money, and the most people who have the most to say is the people who don't have a clue of what to do when they come in contact with a large amount of money.